A while ago, we reported that Marvel was actually backing out of San Diego Comic-Con, which that was huge news. It was the first time in over a decade that Marvel wouldn't make an appearance at the event somehow, and people heard the reasoning and they weren't happy. Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse, everybody. Today we're going to talk about Comic-Con and D23 and what you can expect from Marvel in the cinematic universe. Now, apparently, Marvel was planning to skip Comic-Con and instead show all their new Marvel Studios projects at Disney's D23 Expo. Now, to hear that a comic company was going to skip Comic-Con in favor of a Disney show, that's hard for some people to swallow. It really felt like Marvel was turning their back on the people that made them famous, and to not get any MCU news at the San Diego Comic-Con, that feels wrong to fans. Now, the Comic-Con crowd has been with Marvel since day one, and people were not happy about the plans to skip 2022. However, the news seems to have gotten to Marvel themselves because it was just announced that the decision has been reversed, and they were back on the bill for the July showcase. So what changed? Well, if Marvel actually is going to show stuff off at Comic-Con, or are they going to keep all the big news for D23? The details? They're strange, and I'm honestly not sure what is going to be shown, but in this video, I want to go over everything we're expecting from Marvel Studios at both events this summer. Now, keep in mind that in addition to brand new projects being announced, this is also going to be prime time for new footage for trailers and stuff we already know is coming. This summer is going to be huge for Marvel fans. But now, instead of just watching D23, you'll need to tune in to Comic-Con as well. So there may be some spoilers ahead, but here's everything that we can expect to see from Marvel Studios at both events. Do me a favor, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Chaos Multiverse, make sure you have those notifications on, and let's get going. Now, there have recently been a number of promotional images leaked for Wakanda Forever, including one California movie theater that accidentally started putting the promos up before everybody else. Not sure how that actually works, but it is what it is. As of right now, Wakanda Forever is set to release in November of 2022, but there has not been a single trailer or even a plot teaser. Marvel is running out of time to get people hyped for the movie that's been stuck in development prison for over the last few years due to the tragic death of Chadwick Boseman, as well as countless delays from the pandemic and a number of script changes. Now, following Thor: Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever is the next big thing in Marvel's line. It really is. It's their next big release, so I'm expecting to either see something at D23 or Comic-Con regarding Wakanda Forever. It is very possible that we get a full trailer now that Thor is no longer the main focus of the studio, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, that movie's coming out. It's on autopilot now. So now they have to work on and focus what's coming ahead. They don't want to take the spotlight away from Thor, so I'm guessing we'll probably see Wakanda Forever at whatever event is happening second, which I believe is D23. Now, give Thor a bit of a buffer zone, and then drop the next big Marvel trailer at the second big event after Thor's ticket sales start slowing down. Now, speaking of Wakanda Forever, it's very likely we get some kind of Ironheart teaser at the event, as well as the character is supposed to appear in Wakanda Forever before the debut of her show on Disney+. There hasn't been any trailers, but we know the show is in production, and it's very likely we get something at one of these events. I don't know if it'll be a trailer, a teaser, a cast panel, I'm not sure, but I'm almost positive that Ironheart will be at one of these events to hype people up. A lot of people have forgotten this show even exists, so Marvel has a little bit of ground to make up, and either event this summer or both is the place to do it. Now let's talk about the Guardians. The Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special is also likely going to get some kind of teaser, as it's supposed to drop by the end of the year, but production wrapped a decent amount of time ago. Now I'm guessing this will be at D23. So the trailer drops a little closer to the holiday season. It'd be kind of weird if they decided to drop the trailer for a Christmas special in the middle of July. So maybe just hold on to it, tuck it in your pocket, and let the September D23 Expo and be the place to debut. Now, Guardians Volume 3 is coming in May of next year, so we might actually see something about that. But I think the Christmas special is far more likely. We probably won't get any Guardians 3 trailer footage until after the Christmas special is released, possibly even at the end of the special itself. And if we don't, I think it's going to be early next year. I think that's about a 5 or 6 months window. That's probably well, maybe December. We'll see. Now, it's also believed that the Marvels wrapped filming quite some time ago, so there is likely going to be some kind of teaser for that one. The movie is supposed to release in July of next year, so this seems like a good time to confirm it, or maybe show off an updated logo or promo image. Just reassure fans that it still does exist and it's still on the schedule. Now, the big one everybody's looking at, especially after Loki, the season finale, is Ant-Man Quantumania. It's going to be a huge turning point for the MCU. This is a very important movie as a whole, and it's set to release early next year. Now, some set images leaked a while back, but there hasn't been much from the cast and crew otherwise. We may get an updated logo with the new trailer, simply because the leaked one from the set of the movie was widely mocked on social media. I mean, come on. The leaked Quantumania logo, it didn't really work out. It didn't. So don't be surprised if Marvel quietly changes it to something just a little easier to read. I mean, can you imagine if that leaked logo was the one that got put on the billboards and t-shirts? Nobody would even know it was an Ant-Man thing. They truly, truly wouldn't. And speaking of that, that's where we're really going to probably start seeing the push and the pull and the shadow being cast and looming over of Kang the Conqueror. Now, we're going to get multiple Kang variants. I'm truly feel that way throughout the upcoming phases and when we get closer to Secret Wars, but Ant-Man Quantumania is probably where all that kicks off. Now let's talk about the Fantastic Four. It's been a huge point of conversation for Marvel fans. We know there is an MCU Fantastic Four reboot in development. We got the announcement in 2019, and John Krasinski's appearance as Reed Richards was beloved by fans in Doctor Strange 2. However, recent news revealed Krasinski's future as Reed Richards, it's in limbo, and it's unclear if they're actually going to keep him as the MCU's versions. The Richards we saw in Doctor Strange 2 was from a different universe. We know that, so it's entirely possible a different actor takes over for the long-term MCU projects. But then again, come on, Krasinski was the perfect fit for the character. It's hard to believe that Marvel doesn't want him to return. So hopefully, D23 or Comic-Con will shed some light on the future of the Fantastic Four and how Marvel is actually planning on going forward with the characters on the big screen. We need some clarity on this, and I just think it's a no-brainer that Krasinski is. He literally embodied the role, and it was a hard role to do because they weren't on the screen very long. And he killed it. He is Mr. Fantastic. This is one of those where you don't have to get cute. You don't have to do what out of the normal. You don't have to, oh, well, we used him once, we need to go find somebody else. No. You can use him. He's ready. He wants to do it. He needs to be Mr. Fantastic. Now let's talk about Deadpool 3 real quick. It's currently in the writer's room, so we probably won't hear anything about it, nor will we likely hear anything about Spider-Man 4, which was confirmed by Sony a few months ago, but likely hasn't even started production. Shang-Chi 2 is probably a little further into development, but not nearly enough to hear anything to show the public. Maybe a logo, I don't know. So don't hold your breath on any of that as well. Now let's move on to Captain America 4. Now, maybe possible shower, but I have my doubts. Last we heard about Cap 4 was the announcement that the head writer of Falcon and the Winter Soldier would be writing the script, although I don't think he's been working on it for very long, and in August of last year, Anthony Mackie signed on as the star. However, that means the movie could have entered production in August at the absolute earliest, so I seriously doubt we're going to see anything from that this summer. We may get a logo, maybe a couple promo images, but no trailer or anything like that. I don't see that happening yet. And also, the same with Blade. I would love to tell you that Blade is going to show up, but I have my doubts about that. The movie has only recently found its cast and started production, so even by the most generous estimations, it's in really early production. I think it's possible that we get an announcement of the full cast for the movie or maybe a release window, but I do not think you'll see a trailer. Now let's talk about Disney Plus shows really quick. She-Hulk and I Am Groot are the main upcoming ones. The show is set to debut in August, so I'm expecting some kind of extended look or second trailer at the July Comic-Con showing. Secret Invasion, also supposed to come out by the end of the year, but with all the news that's come out about the productions for it recently and reshoots, we may get a delay. Now granted, I'm expecting a trailer to drop at D23 in September, but I think it will also come with the news of a delay until 2023. I just don't see Secret Invasion actually dropping this year. And to close it out, X-Men 97 and Armor Wars. They have been confirmed to be in production, but we know next to nothing about them, including a release window. X-Men is supposed to come out in 2023, but a year-long release window means basically nothing nowadays. Armor Wars, well, doesn't even have a release window and probably hasn't even entered production yet. We do know that Don Cheadle is signed on to star in Armor Wars, and most of the X-Men 97 cast has been announced already, but the shows likely aren't going to get much, if anything, from either showcase if you ask me. Maybe we'll get an update on X-Men 97, perhaps some concept art or a new poster, but I don't expect anything huge. Now, with how quiet Marvel has been about such an anticipated project, I just think it's too early in production to expect anything. And there you have it. That is everything we can expect, not expect, hopefully get, wish, fingers crossed. It's going to be a good summer. You guys let me know what you're most looking forward to, and I'll see you soon.